Hey folks, how you doing? It's James here with a little kind of bonus, a little supplementary interview with somebody who I feel very close to. I've been working with for a very long time, and really by introduction, this is the love child of Hunter S. Thompson and Wayne Dyer. That's the best way I could introduce Stuart Wellborn to you. Hey Stuart, what's going on, my man? How are you? Thanks for being here.
Well, thank you for having me, James.
Oh,
What's going on?
yeah, what is going on with it's
Who
not
fucking knows?
okay? I thought we were supposed to be okay with not being okay.
Everyone's saying it's okay to be not okay.
Hmm.
As in, yeah, that's a fair point that, everybody goes through rough times. When you start staying in that state and, normalizing it and this is how it is,
Hmm.
that's when it's becoming an issue. It's good that mental health is talked about now. That's great. But it's being talked about in the wrong way, and the wrong people are making statements that people are buying into. It's now influencers, it's now the most likes that, and it's a lot of bollocks as well, because people will share some information in a blog post, for example, about and share some statistics, and this is the cause for this, and this is the cause for that. And before you know it, there are 1,000 copies of this load of bollocks,
Right.
and people are buying into it. And then when you go and look into it and research where it all came from, there's no actual backup to it. It's just like some like middle class teenagers wrote in their blog post something. And I worked in a health center for 10 years.
Hmm.
So I saw lots of different therapists. I was one of the original therapists in the health center, and there was really good therapists from all. Most of them were middle class. I was quite naive
Yeah.
of
Right.
those 5 years, thinking that everybody in there was a people helper that really wanted to focus on making people better. Obviously, there's money involved, but there are healers in all the classes, we can say, and there are empaths and that, but there are also people that are just full of ego. And I refer to it in my book. I made a word up last year, narcicologist, mix of narcissist and psychologist. But
Narcissist. What a great that I'm remembering that one. That's great. What might we be missing that you're talking to in the book that we could maybe notice more in our clients, we could pay attention to more to the points that you're really talking about the okayness of it all?
well, people often say, I'm fine, don't they?
Right.
But when does that ever actually mean I'm fine? It's usually hiding something.
Hmm.
And when we do what we do, depending on your skill set, we have to use a fair amount of intuition. Um, and we get maybe unconscious signals, this is what I think is going on. But we never actually know what's going on for the client fully,
Hmm.
because they will hide a lot of it. Even if I did hypnoanalysis, so doing some regression to childhood and things like that, even under hypnosis, and they tend to give it all up in that you still don't know if they're holding anything back. You kind of guess. And I think sometimes, yes, we've got to do that. They're there. It's okay. I understand where you're coming from, and understand rather than empathize, I think is a better word. I know some people like to call themselves empaths, but um, this is going to go back to class again, I guess, really. But the people who can afford therapy usually are middle class. They're not poor. So you can empathize with the person, or sympathize, I think is a better word, with the person, because you're on their level. But if you could not empathize with a working class person, a mother with like 2 kids, she's single, she's like doing 6 jobs. Unless you've done that, you can't empathize.
Hmm.
If you've ever gone without food because you're feeding your pets, like I remember when I was between jobs in 2000, and was only working doing my hypnotherapy, so that wasn't bringing in enough. to make sure my cats were fed, I was survived for about 3 weeks on crackers and cheese. And like, if you've never had to make those kind of decisions, you can't empathize with somebody. You can
True.
sympathize, but
True.
sometimes you need to. You love it as well. Provocative therapy.
Yeah.
You know, oh, my life's shit. Oh, fucking hell. Yeah, you're right. What? Yeah, 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 yeah. It's understandable. Your life's wank. I don't blame you feeling like shit. Well, no, it's not. No. Some people need that. I mean,
Yeah.
going back to prisons, there are some people who shouldn't be in prison, male or female, and some people who should be in prison, male
Yeah.
or female. So, like, all that nonsense in the papers is bollocks, because my first 4 years was in a women's closed prison, and like some big names that people would have known of were in there. And, when you've looked into the eyes of somebody who was a murderer and not a manslaughter person, they are a cold killer. You see something different to what you see in somebody who was, crime of passion.
Mm.
And then I moved to a male open prison. So most of those guys go out to work every day. Some are short termers, but, there was a building that housed, I think, 120 or 160 lifers coming to the end of their sentences. Not psychopaths. These are people, crimes of passion or whatever. Some may have done 30 years. They're coming out, so they go to work. Kind of weird when you first walk down that corridor in the middle of the night on your own and they're not locked up and you're thinking, there's murderers all around me. But in that kind of prison, there are some people that just can't hack the open space. They abscond or whatever, and they will do something to go back to a closed prison. And some prisoners, you can go, right, get behind your door, and off they go. Others will need to be physically done. And that's how they respond. They need that shake up because they're not going to listen to the, oh, come on, mate, what's up with you? Why are you feeling like this? You need, get your fucking cell, you wanker. And then they will respond because that's what they needed to hear. They needed to see that you've got the strength. And I think that translates into life as general. Is some people need that, oi, sort your shit out. And other
Yeah.
people need the, yeah, I feel for you.